another episode of the PsyK-Talk. I'm your host Kirti Garg, a practicing psychologist and also the founder of the Psych Life. Wishing you all a very happy new year, and I hope this year brings in lots of prosperity, love, health and success for all of you. And therefore we have a new year episode today, a special episode with Dr. Taniya Bakshi. She is a positive psychology entrepreneur, something quite interesting, and I'm excited to get into this conversation with her to know more about how the year looks, what we can do for our resolutions, what happiness really means, and so much more. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to today's episode. Very glad to have you.
Thank you, Kirti. I'm absolutely excited, and I think New Year brings new opportunities, like us meeting and doing this podcast. So very excited, yeah.
Thank you. Ma'am, what do you have to say about this phrase which a lot of us might be using today, which is New Year, New Me? You know, a new year has started and I'm going to be the best version of myself, a new version of myself. What do you have to say about that?
I do feel it's a very joyous time. It's festive time. Everybody has a chance to redevelop themselves, think about their goals again, because you're starting from the 1st of January 2024. You have so much enthusiasm. You want to work on your goals, new opportunities. But New Year, New Me does not have to start on the 1st of Jan. It could also start on the 1st of December 2023, or it could start later, 1st of Feb. I think you decide when you have to be the new you. Not taking away from the festive spirit of New Year, but I do think that it's a very, very personal thing, but I think everybody has the opportunity to improve themselves regardless of what day and time it is.
True, ma'am, that's true. How does one decide when do they want to improve or when they should be improving? Like, are there some signs we look up to, or how does one decide?
Just giving time to yourself and understanding your goals. The problem is, Kirti, a lot of us are stuck in the realm of एक ही चीज़ बार बार करने का, रोज काम पे जाओ, रोज एक ही grind करो, and you're not taking enough time out for your own self, and I think that's what takes away from your own mental health or your own development. So when you give time to yourself, you understand your goals. Okay, these are my goals. How much am I doing? How much time do I have to fulfill? Am I really doing the best I can? Is this something that reignites my soul? Spending that time will give you that kind of sudden spike that I want to work on my goals that are pending. So spend time with yourself,
And how do we spend this time with ourselves? Does it mean sitting and idly and just being with our thoughts, or how does it look for you? Maybe
it means not consuming things for now, and for me it looks like not consuming things and literally sitting down with myself, writing my goals, what I want to achieve. So if I want to achieve a certain thing, I'll write it down. Okay, what are the small steps I want to achieve it in? So if I want a 6-pack ab, in April, then I have to say that I have to set small goals. Like I have to say, let's wake up early. Let's do ab exercises one day in the morning. Let's start by 2 times a week. Let's watch what we eat, the kind of food we eat, and let's start with small habits. That's what I do. So create a goal in the first, sheet that you do. Create a goal like this is what I want, and then create micro habits around that goal that are not heavy. There are things you can start slowly in your day. So don't say 6-pack abs, I'm going to start dieting and I'm not going to eat for 3 months. I'm not going to have carbs. Are you mad? कौन करता है ऐसा? And you're going to fail and you're going to be so upset by the 1st of Feb. You're going to be like, I'm not doing this, not for me. No point. So I think create a massive goal and create like small micro habits. One of these habits could be waking up early than everybody else and taking out time and not looking at your phone. You want to listen to music, but don't reply on WhatsApp. Don't check Instagram stories early in the morning. Listen to music on your phone and just go out. The problem is, because we have everything on our phones today, we're all very clouded in our own head. We have thousands of things to reply to, people to reply to, things to do, things to consume. So isolate them. Don't look at your phone in the morning. If you want to look at it, music sun lo. You want to listen to some spiritual music or music that fills you up in the morning and you go out for a walk, great. Don't look at WhatsApp, don't look at Instagram, don't do anything till about 9:30 when you want to get into that zone. And nothing is urgent, Kirti. Nothing is urgent. Nothing.
Urgent as in?
हमारी आदत होती है हमें ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, ये भी अर्जेंट है, वो भी अर्जेंट है, इसको भी खत्म करो, उसको भी रिप्लाई करो. ये जो अर्जेंट चीजें होती है ना, ये हम अपने दिमाग में ही बना के रखते हैं. I don't feel these are as urgent as we call them. I'm not saying situations like death or illness. No, those are completely different. But when you talk about daily things that we do in life, we all just create a sense of urgency around just replying back to people, emails, this. No. First take time out for yourself, center yourself down, and then reply to an email and see the difference in that email. You'll not make any mistake. You'll be so sure of this email you've sent, you'll be so positive about it. It makes a huge difference. Yeah.
How often should a person take out time for themselves?
Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
Like, are there a few minutes that a person should be taking out?
Do whatever you want, Kirti. If you're into art, try doing something like that. Take out at least 15 to 20 minutes doing something on paper with color. If you're into walking, like I love physical exercise, I have to go out for fresh air in the morning. I've tried that every single day and I think it's really worked for me. Even in winters, 7 o'clock is good time to go out, 7:15. It's so quiet, otherwise it's so mad outside today. So I think it's the best thing for you to do. Take out time for yourself in pockets when you can.
It's easier said than done, I feel. I mean, you are definitely giving your own examples of going for walks.
It's not easy. I have to push myself. Everybody who has to be happy has to push themselves. I'll be honest. You can't. You're a therapist. You're practicing psychologist. You know this.
Right.
If I tell my patient also as a doctor, okay, this is your problem. Okay, be happy. Do this. No, that's not going to be possible. So yesterday, like I told one of my patients, I said, you decide when you want to be happy, right? Unfortunately, I can't do it for you. I can give you medicine. I can tell you what to do, but you have to decide when you have to be happy. And you have to decide how you have to be happy. So happiness also takes effort. Like you said, it's easier said than done. It's not easy, it's hard. It's hard waking up in the morning, taking time out. It's hard saying no to people when you're used to being a people pleaser all your life, It's hard saying no to commitments and sitting back home and not having FOMO, But it's a hard choice for your own wellness. That is why this is what you call creating boundaries. Right. You know this better.
Right.
So yeah.
You said that it's important, even though it's hard, but it's important for us to make our own path.
Now.
Yes, when it comes to happiness.
Yeah.
What is happiness to you? Like, what is the definition of happiness to you?
For me, happiness is being okay with myself and being okay with whatever happens around me and having a mindset that I can go through it. So for me, happiness is not a piece of chocolate, let's have ice cream. No. It's being okay with who I am. I want to wake up and I want to give myself time. I want to do my affirmations. I want to say those things and then start my day. Then I feel happy about myself. Further on, when I meet people and I'm confident about my choices, it radiates. Your energy radiates. And then you also make decisions that are more positive. Even if something negative happens in your day, you have enough good points, or you have enough
reflect back to.
Yeah, or you have enough good energy to bank upon on that.
Right.
Versus if I start my morning unhappy, looking at my phone, going on Instagram, comparing myself to people, replying to emails in the morning, I'm doing everything for everybody, I'm doing nothing for me. How am I starting my morning? Insecure, unhappy, comparing myself with everybody else. What am I doing? And the same energy will radiate throughout the day.
Right.
You're going to have the same energy where you're going to not feel like dressing up because you feel like, what's the point? You're going to compare yourself.
And there are people prettier than me, or I will not look that good.
So it's like whatever you do in the morning has a massive effect on your day. It has a massive effect on your day, whatever you choose to do in the morning.
Okay. So the choices you make in the morning somewhere depends on how happy you would be.
Massively, yeah.
Okay.
Massively.
So, ma'am, you mentioned about, we're starting up with the year and we're setting goals for ourselves. Let's say I create that chart paper that you asked for. Now, how do I keep myself going?
You keep this chart paper or that diary with goals in front of you where you can see it every single day. It could be on the top of your shelf. It could be literally stuck on your TV, where, we're all not watching TVs anymore and, just stick it there because you see it every day, you cross it every day.
Right.
It could literally be your phone wallpaper. See it every day and don't write 10 things I want to achieve and, 40 details. No. Write 3 top goals and probably 3 micro habits of what you're going to do to achieve it, right? Simple, easy, done. That's what you're going to do. And I think that'll really, when you see your goal, it'll really help you. And attach pictures to your goal.
Make it interesting, make it look like something you want.
Our mind is the most graphic, I'd say the most graphic thing ever, because our mind reads pictures and it remembers pictures and colors better than just information. So you're going to remember a lot of things if you only keep pictures. So if you want 6-pack abs, put a picture of you in abs or somebody you like in abs and you won those abs, put it there. It's going to motivate you. When you look at it, you're going to be like, yeah, I ate something bad today, but I want to get back to it, so I'm going to eat better tomorrow.
Has there been a goal where you use this entire technique or this entire vision board sort of thing and it helped?
Yeah, every year.
Okay.
I do this hack also every year where on 31st of December every year I make, you also probably, everybody does it I think. I make a box of chits of all the things that I want to achieve in 2024 and I open it at the end
next year.
Yeah, at the end of 2024, maybe the next year.
Yeah.
And most of it is done. You sit down, you write with intention, you write with good energy, it really makes a massive difference.
Ma'am, how does one decide goals for themselves? Is it all just about growth in career or just body fitness? Like, how do I make conscious decisions for myself, or how do I decide what would be best for me? How do I set those goals?
Okay, you can divide it into 3 or 4 categories. So first go with mental, right? What are your mental health goals? Could be working on your insecurities, could be taking time out for yourself, could be doing things that you love. Then comes physical/health. This could be what you could do for your health. These are 2 columns you've made. The third one could be spiritual and relationships. So spiritual/relationships. So if you have a spiritual goal where you supposedly want to start chanting every day, or you supposedly want to do meditation every day, or in relationships, if you have a goal that I want this relationship to work very well in my life, I want this kind of relationship in my life, I want more positivity and love in my relationship with this person, write it down. Simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe creating categories.
Create 4 categories. Massively helps.
Okay. And how do we deal with setbacks? So today is the new year and we're just starting with things. That's great. We're starting on a positive note. And I've also tried to keep myself motivated with all the hacks that you helped with.
Right.
Now I face a setback. How do I bounce back with that?
Well, you sit with that setback for some time. I realized bouncing back immediately always does not work.
Right.
And the problem with humans is we're very hard on ourselves. I think it's also Gen Z, we're very hard on ourselves. So if you don't achieve a goal, we're like, oh, we can't do it, ab to khatam, dunya khatam, nahi kar payenge, oh ho, ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya. No, yeah. Just sit back, okay, you've done a mistake, you've not done something that aligns with your goals. But that doesn't mean you can't spring back up tomorrow. So take your time, sit with that problem or sit with that emotion for some time. Probably sit with your emotions. Do what you like when you're feeling upset. So when you feel upset or when you feel like there's a setback, sit down with your emotions for some time and do things you love. That's filling your own cup back again. And then when you have the energy, spring back up. Don't put so much pressure. Abhi mujhe spring back karna hai. Ab to main gir gayi, abhi main uthungi. Nahi. थोड़ी देर बैठ के देखो, बुरा नहीं लगता.
Do you want to share any personal incident of yours where a setback came to your way and you allowed yourself to sit with the emotions and then bounce back at your own pace?
Actually, I haven't shared this with anybody. Good idea. When I founded Universe, which is the positive psychology intervention and the organization we brought up to bring positive mental health to the youth, I was 19. So I started it when I was 19. I was a teen entrepreneur. I started a non-profit, didn't know what to do, just paved my way through, impacted so many people positively, created therapists who now use our techniques. But just before I launched the organization, I got not 1, not 2, but 3 to 4 rejections from places I applied to. So I applied for an internship, I got rejected somewhere abroad or something. Another internship with women internship, it was all about women, and I was like, who can get rejected in a free women internship, right? It's free, people will want you, you're a woman, you can do it, and it's all about women leadership. Rejected, right? And one more thing I applied for, which I wrote up for, probably a summer program, rejected. Something or the other was happening. And I sat down with myself and I said, okay, rejection means redirection. If God doesn't want me to go there, He's creating all these blocks. How can somebody get rejected thrice? It's really powerful.
Right.
So when you see that this is not working out for you, and you're thinking it's the perfect path, maybe it's not. And just a few days later, I decided to launch, Universe, and I was like, no, I'm going to go full-fledged. I'm not going to tamper and put my energy elsewhere. And I think it was God sent. So rejection for me turned out to be redirection, which is exactly what I tell everybody. So Kirti, everybody I meet, I tell them the same thing. Whoever faces a setback, and this was my most personal setback, that anytime you have a setback in relationships where you feel like you don't have good partners around you, good relationships you're not attracting, just have a setback of what's happening around you, sit with yourself and realize that something better out there is for me. That's why I'm getting rejected in this particular profession, a particular field, or particular relationship. And sit back and understand this is not for me. So don't waste your energy there, and put your energy and tell yourself that I'm being redirected in a better space.
So how many rejections do you wait for? Or is it just the first one?
No, you decide and you sit down with your gut. You sit down with your gut. Anybody who has a first rejection will not give up. It's only the second and third when they learn their lesson with your relationship or anything. And we don't ponder as much after our first, because we feel like acha ye to kuch nahi hai. We ponder only after our second or third. So give yourself that time and understand. One of these people that I was talking about, she was rejected by one of her dream universities, and everything was aligned. She was just rejected for some small reason that she couldn't even apply for. And I said, you're being saved for something you don't even know right now that's going to happen in the next 6 months. And you're going to tell yourself in 6 months, oh, now I know why I did not care. Oh, now I know why I didn't go there. So fall into the plan of God when you can't see your own plan.
This reminds me of something that I learned at a very young age. Like, one of my mentors taught this. So we were having this debate about whether you have control of your life, or whether it's destiny that decides things for you. And that's when she said these beautiful words. She said that always believe that you have control, and if things don't fall out in the way you wanted them to, then believe that this is what destiny had planned for you. Do you believe in destiny?
Massively. Massive believer in destiny and karma. Massive. What destiny has in store for anybody cannot be taken away from them. So what destiny has in store for you has to be there. It'll be given to you in right time and space. Nobody can take it away.
So we've spoken a little bit around happiness, and we've also spoken a little bit around getting back when it comes to being resilient. What are some qualities that a person should have or can work on when it comes to being resilient?
Being resilient. So what are some qualities that people can work on when they want to be resilient? So, resilience is not eating like a chewing gum and saying, wow, it's amazing. It takes time. So some skills you can build up for being more resilient is learn that not everything is personal. Number one. That's my first thing that I would say for anybody learning about resilience, which is nothing but learning to get back up and having the strength to fight over things, or just having the strength to get up after a setback. And for me, resilience is pulling through things, and that will be, first of all, don't take things personally. Nobody in this world should take things as personally as them. So if you feel like there's a very awkward situation in school, work, realize that everybody's going through something. They're not personally here to make your life hell. Everybody's going through something, and learn that it's not personal. People are not targeting you, and people are not saying bad things about you. Learn that it's not personal, and everybody has their own opinion, everybody has their own space, and they're doing their own thing. You do your own thing. Don't think that everything is because of you. Stop making yourself the center of the world and taking the pressure and being so emotional about everything and taking things so personally. Build a sense of empathy around yourself, where you tell yourself, no, not everything's about me. It's their opinion, not my reality. Repeat that phrase in your head. It's their opinion, not my reality. That'll really help. First is, don't take things so personally, which is a skill that you need to practice. It won't come easily, suddenly one day. And the second is, I think, to be more resilient, give more time to your own self. When you're sure in your own self, now in your own core, you build your goals, you're in the top of your health, you're eating right, you're doing the right things, you feel good, you are bound to bounce back quicker, you know, versus me, who is always lazy, always desperate for goals to be achieved but not doing anything about it, you know, always trying to, you know, be everywhere but not doing anything that really sparks my soul. So I don't know if anyone will relate to this, but I know many people who fall into this category. So definitely the second point would be, fill your own vessel with things that make you happy, goals that make you happy. Work on yourself physically, mentally, don't give that up, and realize that to be more resilient you need to be more strong, and to be more strong you need to take care of yourself.
How important is progress to you? Because we've been talking a lot about goals. Is it always about becoming a better version, or is it also okay to be who we are?
If I answer this personally, I am very hard on myself to progress and work very hard in life. This is my philosophy, my personal philosophy, and that's what I've grown along with. But I think when you talk about progress, it doesn't have to be reaching 50 million followers on Instagram in 2 days. It doesn't mean completing a marathon which you haven't done in a month. For me, it's not the big things. It could be the small things as well. It could be waking up 15 minutes earlier than what you do. It could be choosing to have a homemade meal with your parents or with your loved ones or whoever you want to spend quality time with, instead of being alone. Could be progress, could be things that are very, very small.
So we should always be working towards progress, is what you're trying to say.
Work towards having, somewhere or the other, you want to work in a direction where you want to work towards progress. Otherwise, you'll be in a phase where I feel like you're always staying with a version of yourself that is okay. It's not Kirti 2.0, it's not Kirti wow. So progress doesn't have to be big, it can be small, but it'll make you chase the best version of yourself. Definitely.
Okay. I see you mentioning about affirmations time and again.
Yeah.
You practice them, I'm assuming, yes. What is the power of it, and since when have you been practicing?
Listen, I started university at 19, so you imagine that gratitude, resilience, result optimization and journaling and affirmations came so naturally in our core beliefs when we sent out, I remember, our PDFs that this is who we were. And I remember I started this practice then, and I'm so fortunate to bring that organization into this world. It made me a better person. I'm more emotionally aware of my emotions. It's just a long journey that I've encountered. But when you talk about affirmations, they are gold mine. They are gold mine. Your subconscious mind listens to you when you say, I look bad in front of the mirror. It listens to you when you say, oh, I don't think I can fit in that dress, or I don't think I fit in that crowd. So when you say positive things, it listens to you as well, just the way it does in negative things. So when you say, I am enough, and all opportunities around me are attracting me, and what I desire desires me back. I have a beautiful and loving relationship with my partner, or my family loves me and I love them back. I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm learning to be a better person every day. These are all affirmations. This is the way you learn to talk to yourself, and it's magical. The way you learn to talk to yourself is going to create your inner dialogue. When you have your inner dialogue set, which you very well know what it is, this is the same way you're going to speak to people. So if you encounter rude people now, just understand the inner dialogue is bloody shitty. It is very bad to themselves. It is very, very mean to their own selves that they can outburst and say negative things to other people.
How important is believing in these affirmations while we practice them?
It is very important. I write them down. So I say it also. I'll do like a 5-minute meditation in the morning, like a guided one.
So if you're not feeling pretty about who you are, how can you believe and write that I am pretty and that is okay and I like the way I am? And how can you consistently keep practicing it when you don't believe in it?
If I don't believe that I'm pretty, first of all, understand that it is also coming from a limiting belief, right? So it's not something that you've made. You have not started. You've not told yourself you're not pretty at a young age. You've picked that up from somewhere. That
you've learned it.
Yeah, you've learned it.
Right.
Somebody's treated you that way, or somebody told you sometime you were not pretty. You picked that up. That's not your reality, by the way. It's just a thought you picked up and made your own reality. So first, learn to detach yourself from that thought. That okay, this is my belief. Belief is just what we picked up from other people. Simple and easy.
It can be true, it can be false. It's just a
Absolutely,
belief.
belief ही है यार, change हो जाएगा. जो
हाँ.
2 साल का belief change हो जाता है, 20 साल के belief change हो जाते हैं.
Right.
So if I believe I don't look good, I don't feel good, I think what you're asking me is what kind of affirmations I'll do. First of all, I'll really work towards who I want to become. So if I want to be healthier, I'll work towards those goals. The first thing I'll do is that. Second, I'll come and practice like these affirmations. I'll write them down. So every morning I'll write down, I'm enough. I look great in the clothes that I wear. I feel amazing when I wear and I.
Are you believing all of this while
you're
you're writing?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you write, like when you say it also.
Okay.
When you say it, believe it. And when you say it with intention. Even if belief doesn't come, then intention will come.
Right.
So even if you say, I am enough for every single opportunity that comes my way. My intention for the day is success. I know I'm saying these things and there's positive energy into them I'm putting. So you write them down, you say it. You speak, you do your meditation, you say it. The more you say it, the more you're bound to believe it. The more you're bound
to creating your inner dialogue.
Yeah, you're creating your inner, you're recreating your inner dialogue. Definitely. So massively, yeah.
Some affirmations that this new year probably you would be practicing or wanting our viewers and listeners to practice.
Oh, that's a big one. I can't universalize every single affirmation. So what I can do is tell you some simple affirmations that'll be amazing for you. Number 1, I'm enough in every possible way, in every manner. I believe in myself to achieve all my goals, and I think I can do it very easily. I am easily achieving all my goals this year because I believe in myself. I have this core belief that I can do whatever I believe in, and I can achieve whatever I put my heart into. These are some few things that you can put into when you're creating a goal. I can achieve all my dreams. I'm putting an intention of success in all my goals. My intention for 2024 is success and probably winning at all my goals. So just completely say it again and again, and I think it really makes a massive difference.
I can really sense all that positivity that you're bringing in, and I can feel how you've been working on your inner self throughout. You're radiating all of that positivity. Just loving the conversation.
Yeah.
How much role does gratitude play in your life?
Massive. If you're grateful for something you have, God, or I feel the universe can give you 10 times more. I remember I'll tell you a real life incident. I was having a really, really tough day, really bad day. I was irritated, tired, exhausted, Kirti, exhausted to the core. I could literally cry any second, yeah. And I went on Instagram, and I don't know why, on that particular day I saw a reel of this man on a scooter being hit by some auto rickshaw influencer who was just trying to take videos. And poor guy, there was this thing that us bichare insaan ki kya galti thi that he was hit. He was a 50-year-old guy, fell down from his scooter or cycle, right? And I really felt I was having such a bad day, and my energy shifted when I realized, God, I'm so grateful for all the things that you've given me, that I don't have to struggle like this, that I don't have to struggle in this way and face that life. The other day I was going for work early in the morning, as for some conference we had, and I saw beggars take heat through fire. Winters, it's very common. Honestly, guys, for 2 minutes I just stared at them. All 4 of them, I just stared at them. I did nothing else. I saw their shoes, I saw what condition they were in, I saw everything, and I was like, God, I'm so grateful that I can even take a shower with hot water in this winter. Right? There are people who don't even have that. And I've realized that gratitude should come to you every single day purposely. And that day, I particularly feel it came to me as a reminder that learn how to be more grateful. And honestly, if you're not grateful, you're missing out on the most beautiful thing in life. When you're grateful, you create an idea around you that you are blessed and you have everything. When you create that aura around you, there is an energy you also transmit into, I'd say, the universe. And you tell them that I have so much, I have abundance. And the universe gives you abundance in return. And this is a proven logical
manifesting?
fact. Yeah, it's a proven logical fact. Have you ever seen somebody who cribs and is negative gain everything in life? No. They're radiating the same kind of energy. You'll attract the same kind of partners if you're unhappy. If you're cribbing, unhappy, talking badly about other people, you'll attract the same kind of partners. You'll attract the same kind of people around you. I have seen people leave my life in the most beautiful way because their part or their role in my life was over. And I was becoming a different person. You might have also seen it, everybody sees it, and we all cry over it. Oh, this person left me, this person, that happened. No. Take it positively that this person's energy was only meant to be this much in my life. And I shouldn't drag it further. That's it.
Since you've spoken so much about positivity, I would definitely like to highlight or maybe ask you around toxic positivity as well.
Oh, definitely.
Because somewhere you mentioned that gratefulness is something we should be practicing purposely every day.
Yeah, purposely.
How is that not toxic positivity, or what really is toxic?
Practicing gratitude is a skill that you need to do for your own positive mental health. Practicing gratitude does not mean that you're toxically positive about your own self. When I felt bad seeing a video about somebody else, it does not mean my emotion of having a bad day went away. It just gave me a very small perspective in life that no, my problems were maybe very little in front of somebody else, and maybe I could shift my perspective and realize what I have. It made me feel better in that situation, and that's what I wanted. Practicing gratitude every single day is not toxic positivity. I would definitely say toxic positivity is a very different thing that people practice in a very different way. I'd say toxic positivity is practiced because of lack of empathy. Toxic positivity is not, when I say purposely practice gratitude, I say it for your betterment of your own positive mental health. It could be in a way where you're thankful to somebody, like I'm thankful to you for this interview. Or it could be that I'm thankful for, the bhaiya or downstairs. Or it could be anything. It doesn't have to be big. And it's just a skill that you put in your own self or in your own development, or you feel good about yourself.
I like how you said gratitude is about helping you with perspective.
Yeah.
So you're just looking life from a different perspective.
Yeah. And toxic positivity is for me, it's lack of empathy when you relate to other people. So imagine you're saying, oh, I've had a very bad day, Taniya, I've really struggled. What is toxic positivity? Yeah, so have I. So you get on with it, na, Kirti. This is toxic positivity. The way people have lack of empathy for each other and just don't know how to speak to each other is toxic positivity. Like, when certain times I've seen parents also do this very well. And they'll come up to their children, to kya ho gaya? Utho, jaldi kaam karo, khatam karo, don't sit with that emotion. No, I don't say, I don't agree with that. Toxic positivity for me is lack of empathy in a situation where you are not really empathizing with the person, but blatantly, pushing them to see the positivity. That's not the right thing to do. You can't push people to get up, spring up, be positive. No, they have to take their own
You're
time.
not embracing the natural response, natural emotion. You're not.
Yeah.
You're invalidating it basically.
Yeah, invalidating.
And just forcing them to be positive.
And toxic positivity, you'll mostly see in conversations the way people talk, or you'll see it in the way people react. You'll never see it in a skill like gratitude, in resilience, in writing your own affirmations, or doing something positive for yourself. You'll see it in the way how people talk to other people. So toxic positivity for me is completely different, and it personally is just the fact that people don't know how to empathize with each other, and they need to learn that they have 2 years and 1 month, and don't listen to reply, listen to understand, and then reply. You'll be reducing your chances of being toxic positive by 5 times.
What has been your best learning?
My best learning, Kirti.
Probably the last year. So
my best learning last year has been that Wow. Oof. I haven't thought about this one. Fill your own vessel. Fill your own vessel repeatedly. Do things for yourself in small manners. Look out for yourself. Care for yourself. You are your first priority. You are your first body. Your body is your temple. How you think, what you think about other people, what you eat, how much you eat, what energy you eat with. Watch these things. Fill your own vessel. Think about your own mental health first. That's what any good therapist will tell you. If you're struggling with your parents, you're struggling with your career, you're struggling with your relationships, every therapist will tell you one thing: focus on yourself, please.
Right.
Give time to yourself. Why do therapists say that? Why
And
do
that's why
psychologists
therapy is
say
for the
that?
client. It's not to change your environment. It's not to change others.
Yeah.
It's about how the perspective. It's about how you look at life. Whether
Absolutely.
you're loving yourself or not.
Absolutely, and you need to take a step back and understand and see that. So I'll personally say the biggest thing that for me has happened this year, I've learned to give myself, to make myself a priority and give myself time in whatever way possible. That doesn't mean I have to go out for spas, or doesn't mean I have to go for retreats. It means I have to take out pockets of good things that I like in my day and stick with it.
And one message to all our viewers as they begin this new year.
One message to every single viewer out there of the PsyK-Talk podcast is, first of all, subscribe to this podcast. Subscribe to Kirti. You don't know how much effort she puts in. This could be India's first mental health podcast that is going places. So subscribe. My first message to everybody. The second thing is, second message for everybody is that please know that you're not, as a millennial or as a Gen Z, whatever you're going through is not just you. Everybody's going through the same thing or worse. Just understand that, and just learn that everybody on this planet is going through something. So learn to empathize. Let's not judge. Judging is just a bit on the top. But let's empathize, let's be a bit kind. So if you see some rude people who are very, very rude to everybody, take a step back and realize that they're very unkind to themselves as well. And learn to realize that everybody's going through some or the other struggles. So don't take things so personally, because everybody has their own battles that you don't know of necessarily.
It was such a heartwarming conversation, Dr. Taniya. Thank you so much for making it here. I know you had to travel from far away, and you did make it. And like I said in between also, I could sense that positivity throughout. And this conversation has changed a lot of perspectives for me also personally. And I do relate to everything that you just, spoke about. So thank you so much for doing this. And she is on Instagram by the username Team Universe.
Yeah, Team Universe, we're there. Taniya Bakshi, we're there. I'm sure we can put it here somewhere so you guys can click on it.
Yes, so do follow her, check the work that she does. I'm sure you will be amazed. And thank you once again for doing this.
Thank you, and thank you to you guys and to her for inviting me. Guys, she has something that I feel like most people in this world need: a good perspective and a good chat for every single millennial and Gen Z out there. You guys can learn so much from here. So thank you.
Thank you. With this, we come to the end of our episode, and I hope this new year brings in lots of joy, happiness, positivity, resilience, and growth for all of you. And do subscribe to the channel, drop in the comments on how you liked it, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.